Hello and welcome to court. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but the price of everything has gone up. And let's just make it clear, it's not inflation, it's corporate greed. But we've definitely felt the pinch here, and I wanted to share some of the things that we do to stay within our monthly sewing budget. Our monthly sewing budget since we have started this channel is $100. That includes notions, that includes fabric. So with my husband's wages staying the same, I've needed to crack down even more on budgeting in order to keep this hobby alive. The biggest thing that is most helpful for us is that a lot of our stash came to us very, very cheaply. We've talked about this in some of our lives, we've talked about it in some of our posts on Instagram, and we've talked about it a little bit here in last year's CosTube Symposium videos. But a lot of our stash either came from shopping someone else's stash or donation sites. But quite frankly, donation sites weren't an option when we were living in Florida. So we relied heavily on shopping our friends' stashes. Either they had scraps that we could use for the baby, or they had large swaths of fabric that they simply weren't going to use, that they were willing to sell to us for extremely, extremely cheaply, or willing to give it to us at cost of shipping, or if we were just willing to take it off their hands. In fact, some of our first outfits on this channel came from shopping our friends' stashes. I would also suggest joining Buy Nothing groups either through Discord or through Reddit or through Facebook. Locally, of course, because typically you would have to go pick up those items. You would be shocked at how much fantastic notions you can get for sometimes absolutely nothing from these groups. I say sometimes absolutely nothing because whereas the title is Buy Nothing, sometimes people want a trade. So they might be looking to get rid of their lime green thread and they want black thread, and you can make a trade. So you've bought nothing, but it's not completely free. Obviously, if you're going to meet up with a stranger, do it in a very public place during the daytime with a lot of witnesses around. I'm not saying to go to a stranger's house and go pick up something. Don't put that on Muse's conscience. I'd also suggest joining local costuming groups. Now that could be everything from a local sewing circle or quilting circle all the way up to, if you're involved in theater, maybe joining the costuming side of those groups on Facebook, Discord, Reddit, even on Instagram. Sometimes they have pages that just talk about fabric that they are trying to get rid of, notions that they are trying to get rid of. I mean, I've even seen dress forms, hanging dress forms that people are willing to get rid of for a very, very cheap cost. They just don't have space for it or use for it anymore. Finding other sewists is one way to get back to the first step, which is shopping your friend's stash. You're obviously going to make friends who are involved in the same things and probably don't want all the fabric they have. And that's all great and that's all dandy, but quite frankly, if you don't really have the money to play with, it's a little hard to shop from anyone's stash or from anywhere in general. So I wanted to talk about some apps and some websites that I use that do bring in extra cash but don't require a whole lot of work. Because I don't know about y'all, I'm not doing 50 20-minute surveys to get 3 cents. It's just not happening. I have things to do. I have a life. So let's talk about Ibotta, which I'm sure if you're a fellow poor like me, you've heard a billion times, but I'm going to talk about how to actually use it and actually get money. Because often these listicles are like, use Ibotta, you can so afford to do this, but half of the stuff on Ibotta is things that would not be within your budget to buy within the first place. So getting $1 off of something that you typically wouldn't buy is pointless. If you don't know what Ibotta is, it is a rebate app where you get cash back for your purchases. There are tons and tons of stores listed. And when I say cash back, I mean cash back. I mean, I think there is the option to do a gift card, but like for most people, you would do cash back. You can link your PayPal or your bank, it's up to you, directly to Ibotta and get cash back. Typically, it takes us about 2 to 3 days to get the cash that we've made on purchases from Ibotta back into our bank account. There are two ways that I like to use Ibotta. Either I like to use it the most simple way. A lot of times they'll have any item coupons. So if you shop at Kroger, which is a grocery store that is pretty big in America, and you submit your receipt, any receipt, you could get cash back. Now that sort of thing isn't always available, but it's a really simple one to be mindful of because, I mean, you didn't have to do any prep work. You're just submitting a receipt and getting like 25 cents back. It's not too shabby. The other way that I like to use the app is by planning out everything that I want to do for the week. Typically, I do one big grocery shopping trip a week, and then I might do one more that is a lot smaller. Our grocery budget is also $100 per week, so I really try to stay within that budget. I don't use Ibotta to buy things that I wouldn't buy anyway, or things that I'm not out of anyway. I mainly use it for snacks, for adult beverages. Listen, I'm grown. I do what I want. Or for meat products and like shelf staple products. So let me show you some of the features. I'm just going to pull up Ibotta. So this is the Ibotta homepage. As you can see, there are quite a few stores that you can choose from while you are using the Ibotta app. And then there are a bunch of different categories. I actually love doing the bonuses because, I mean, they are just so easy to get extra money on. And then I want to show you some bonuses that I've completed. There's everything from like 15 cents to $10, and $10 extra on top of the cash back you're already getting. You can't really argue with that. All right. I want to show you how I would build my shopping list. As you can see, I already have 70 items on said shopping list, but I'm going to grab that oat milk. Sometimes I just add things that I think I would like to try, but it's very rare. We go through some yogurt in this house, so I want to add yogurt. I want to add these plant-based hot dogs, and I'll explain some of these in a little bit. As you can see, that pasta that I just added qualifies for a bonus. And I just hit my list. This is what I would use to go shopping with, and I could select a barcode and scan to make sure that I'm getting the right thing. It's all categorized, so it makes it really easy to find different things, which is very, very helpful, especially when you are shopping with a toddler. And then I wanted to take y'all to my account so you could see how that works. And then let's go to my lifetime earnings. And I just want to show you that I made $124 in January. I got back into it. As you can see, I didn't do it for a while, and I have picked it up here and there. But even when I'm not really focusing on it, I'm getting a few dollars back. And when I really put some work into it and actually plan things out, that's our whole grocery budget right there. Now, a few things I added were part of manufacturer coupons or coupons that I can get from coupons.com. They also have an app, but I prefer to use their website. Manufacturer coupons and store coupons often cannot be combined, but you can use one or the other with Ibotta. Ibotta does not care if you use a coupon. Ibotta is giving you cash back no matter what. We don't really drink oat milk in this house, but the fact that there was a coupon for it, and there is also a manufacturer coupon that I can get from coupons.com, as you should be seeing. And I know that my local store is also having a $1 off sale of this. I'm going to try it. It's going to end up being cheaper than soy milk, which is what we typically get. Same for the pasta I added. While there isn't a manufacturer coupon, it is on sale 2 for $5 at my local grocery store. So with the additional $1 off, I am going to save, let's see, if it's 2 for $5 and then I get $1 off for each, it ends up being $3 for 2 boxes of pasta. Not too bad. The next app that I like to use is the Google Rewards app. This app is a survey app. How many times am I going to say app? So many times. This app is a survey app, but the surveys are typically only like 1 to 4 questions, and they pay out anywhere from 10 cents to sometimes over $1. Currently, I have an Android phone, but back in the day when I first started using this app and I had an iPhone, I was able to get cash back. Now it goes into my Google Play Rewards, which I don't really have a problem with it going into my Google Play Rewards because I can use that money to pay for different subscriptions like streaming services. Freeing up that money from streaming services means that I can allot those few extra bucks to our sewing budget. And I realized like $8 to $10 a month isn't a lot of money, but like that's thread. The next app is one that I've recently started using, but it's a pretty passive app for me. It's the Amazon Shopping Panel or the Amazon Shopper Panel. Amazon Shopper Panel. This is linked to my Amazon account and it tracks the purchases that I have made, and each month I get a little bit money back via an Amazon gift card. I could also donate that money to charity if I so chose. There are more functions. I could upload my Amazon receipts and review products, but frankly, I just don't want to do that much work. While we don't shop from Amazon often, there are times where we're in a pinch and we do need something. So being able to use that gift card balance when needed is really important. The last app that I've recently started using is Pinata. Pinata isn't so much a cashback app as an app to help future you. By paying your rent on time, a thing that you already have to do to have a place to live, you are rewarded with Pinata cash. You can spend that Pinata cash on a lot of different really cool rewards that they have, and you don't have to do like a billion little check to see if you want a magazine and all this stuff before you actually select something. You just select something. You put in your information and you're done. And the thing that I really like about this app is if it is a subscription, a pop-up will come up and be like, hey, yo, this is a subscription. Just so you know, the reason why this could help future you is because you can sign up for their credit reporting service, and every time you pay your rent, it looks like you're making a good payment towards your credit. It makes your credit look better. Honestly, as a person who clearly budgets and does not come from wealth, making sure your credit is in good standing is something that is very much on my mind, but like, I don't want to open another credit card for that. You feel me? I really do like the rewards with Pinata. They're really simple. I got a book for the baby that has his name in it. That was $1. $1. It's like normally a $50 book. It was $1. And all I had to do was pay rent. Although it's not featured in this video because it would be very particular to your area, also download any store apps that you frequent often, specifically grocery store apps. They often have in-store coupons. And like I said earlier, those can't be combined with manufacturer coupons. I mean, sometimes they can, but most of the time they can't. Usually those coupons that are on the store's app are exclusive to people who have downloaded the app. Stores, at least in America, don't really do their own coupons within newspapers. Sometimes they do, but typically it's manufacturer coupons. Or in their own mailers that they send out throughout the week. They do it through apps. I hope that this has helped you a little bit in how you could better account for your money so that you could budget to your dreams. And I just wanted to say, Sometimes the things that we want, we just don't have the budget for that month. We might have to buy nothing one month and then add that to next month's budget. Sometimes emergencies happen and we have to use that sewing budget for something more important. But setting a budget and being mindful of what we can do to best use that budget for us has helped us greatly and alleviated a lot of stress. And before you say you're a stay-at-home parent, obviously you have the time to do all this. Quite honestly, I was doing this when I was working too. Even before I started using any coupons, I was already planning out the meals that we were going to have throughout the week because it saved money. This has just added another step for me, but quite honestly, I always kept my grocery list on my phone anyway, so it wasn't like I was adding a new step in a huge way to my process. Tell me in the comments below, what is your biggest tip to budgeting? And also, if you know of somewhere else to get fabric that's not like one of the things I listed, I'd like to know that too. Thank you for watching. Bye!